A Borderlands 4 is complete dog water. And the best part, no one's even gonna try and argue my point. No one watching this video probably even is thinking, no, that's not exactly true. No one. Because everyone who is left playing this game, and 99.9% people have already left, by the way, if you have not paid attention to SteamDB, well, those people are having extreme buyer's remorse at this point. Because the first paid DLC is hitting soon, and it's, surprise, surprise, garbage. You have the ability to spend now multiple of your hard-earned monies for 5 different colors on a weapon. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, needless to say, it's not. The story was bad, the story was woke, it didn't make any sense, it was cringe. The shooting in the game, yeah, sure, it's a little bit better than previously, but honestly, it doesn't have soul, it doesn't have character, it feels corporate and lame and bad. It feels like they tried too hard on every level to not be corporate stooges, but somehow Gearbox still managed to be corporate stooges. It is what it is, honestly, at the end of the day, okay? You have literal sniper rifles that when you shoot with them, they color your screen a different colors. You can't even see where you're aiming. That's the level of quality we're talking about here. Oh, we need to add kooky guns. Yeah, you added kooky guns. Now no one likes them. It is what it is. It is devastating, and it's getting worse. Not to mention, Borderlands never had endgame. The technical endgame of Borderlands 4 on release, and still technically, has been literally the same boss, repasted, recolored, and maybe it has a tail 4 times in a row. That's it. The Vault Guardian is the only boss in the game, but it's just in 5 different places and it has slightly a different color schematic. It's really bad. People are not happy. And now, look at this. The Merry Christmas blah 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 thing. Oh yes. This is technically $10, not free, by the way. 10 out of 10. It's gonna be great. Cosmetics, look at this. You can have Vex with blue hair, not purple. Soy pog. Yeah, no. Oh, look at that, a new mission. Wow. Oh, a new boss. One whole boss. Wow. Yeah, no one's excited about this. And it gets worse. It's gonna get worse. Okay? We already saw a 20% discount. We're probably seeing the Christmas 50% discount. Randy, I'm not gonna lie, you should probably give it for me to free, but because at this point, listen, 2 weeks ago I said that I'm gonna buy this for $5, but now Art Creators is out, Red Vin's Meat is gonna be a thing. I mean, I have so much thing. Randy, listen, you have to pay me to play this game at this point. That's how it's gonna work.
Yo guys, what is up? Max on a Borderlands 4 video, and today we get our first major update to Borderlands 4, as in the first paid DLC content launch. However, plot twist, the devs
I like how it says free.
Made this DLC pack that they were dropping, the bounty pack, How Rush Saved Mercenary Day, free for all players. We're going to be going over everything you need to know. They've also announced takedowns and tons of
By the way, you understand how bad this is. You understand how poorly the sales have conducted for this game. That was it a week or 2 weeks when it had its first 20% discount. In any case, that's already horrible. But now the first paid thing that should technically generate the most cash because it's gonna release with the most players on it on a technical level. They're putting this free. You know why? Because they're desperate. They need to accumulate players because, listen, in finance, I don't know what their plan looks like, but I know what it has in it. And their plan has in it how much money they need to make by doing this stuff, and how many players, well, not players actually. It has sales, and then those sales correlate to players. You can correlate them later. And it has sales. And sales are obviously dependent on players. And the finance department did the math, And the math checks out at yeah, we're never reaching our sales goal for this. We're never reaching the target if we only have this many players. If we only have this many players, we need to implement some kind of crazy pay-to-win shenanigans. You know, maybe $100 amount worked for Blizzard, right? And this is why this is suddenly free. This is why this is suddenly free. Because they do not have enough players. They need players because they know if this is going to cost money, they're not never making the money back.
Game improvements, as well as a massive patch that changes and adds a few much requested features. Hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Real quick, this is going to be a little bit of a different video because I'm currently in Africa, so I'm not able to boot up the game at the moment. I don't think I'd have the download speed for it. Hopefully this video uploads, but I wanted to get this video out for y'all and cover all of the changes and the things that are coming out for Borderlands 4. Hope you enjoy. Let's do this. So the first thing to talk about is Bounty Pack 1 is now available. This was originally to be paid content, and it seems like they've now made it free.
It's now available, you say?
From one of their notes, it sounds like they weren't able to get as much content into this as they were hoping, so they're going to be making it free, and then they're also going to be adding an additional bounty pack later on, so there's going to be 5 of them instead of 4. So if you paid for like the super deluxe premium edition, you're still going to be getting 4 paid content drops. This one is going to be free, however.
Oh, I just looked at SteamDB. Boys, listen, okay? Listen. Let me share the screen, okay? It is what it is. Okay, you see this? This is the graph. Okay? He said that this is already available, and let's look at the graph, okay? I have no idea where it's available. What was it, November 7th or something like that? There is a slight bump here, you know, but technically it's the same as this. So I have no idea if it's already available, which it should be as much as I understand. I have absolutely no idea where it is. I cannot see it on this graph. I cannot tell you where it is. You need to understand how bad, by the way, that is. Also, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. In 3 months, we have lost. This is 13k from this. This is roughly 4.56% retention. This is horrible. This is oh my god, this is so bad. This is so bad. Wait, is it? No. It's 4.4. Yeah. It's 4.44% retention. Okay? From its peak, only 4.44% people decided to stay and play this game. Ouch. Ouch. Oof. Let's actually check Gearbox software and let's see if that's even the most played game. Well, technically it is. Jesus Christ. 300k peak and 10k players online. 93k peak. 2.5k players online. Oof. Oof, man! If I was Gearbox, there's still a 20% sale. Jesus Christ, that is just sad. And this has dropped below 60%. Oof, man. Yeah, if I was Randy, I would be packing my bags up or getting ready to drop the most insane Twitter rant ever.
Which I really like. I do find it surprising to hear that they weren't able to get as much stuff in this as they wanted initially, especially because updates I feel like have been a little bit slow. But I'm imagining they're working on all of the other changes that they've been listed kind of coming soon. Now, I do want to note that this bounty pack is not a story pack. This is not a like big major DLC. These bounty packs are like a mission or two with some new cosmetics, some new gear, and some new things to go fight. But they're not.
Yeah, but it still would cost $10. That's not good.
Like the big story DLCs, which are going to introduce completely new regions, new vault hunters, tons of new missions. Those are more substantial DLCs, and the first one of that is arriving Q1 of 2026. Next, they said that they're introducing a free takedown If you don't know what a takedown is, it is the best endgame content, in my opinion, that Borderlands has ever received. Borderlands 3 got 2 of them. Basically, they are incredibly challenging like raids or dungeons that are designed for single players. They're not like a Destiny dungeon where you need like coordinated mechanics. However, they
Okay.
offer a really tough challenge and a prolonged mobbing and bossing where you usually fight across a big group of mobs, then a boss, big group of mobs, then a boss. They're a really great format for hard endgame content, and they didn't have any on the roadmap, which was really surprising. So great to hear that they are going to be doing takedowns coming in 2026, and this is also going to be free. That is in addition to the invincible bosses, which we're getting our first one next month, as well as UVH6 for the increased difficulty. And they also note we're also planning more endgame improvements in the short and long term to ensure the endgame is more engaging. We know many of you have poured dozens of hours into powering up your Vault Hunter. We want to ensure that you feel rewarded for your efforts while still having new goals to keep striving for.
I don't even know, but did they actually fix the fact that the game's completely unbalanced and some Vault Hunters are literally doing 100 times more DPS than others? Did they ever fix that? I did not follow.
We'll have more info to share about our plans for enhancing endgame early.
And also, does the game run properly? I mean, the last time it was a month after release, and there were still major issues with FPS crashes and whatnot for this game. Is that actually fixed at least?
Next year. So sounds like they're going to be getting pretty deep into it, but all the end game changes don't sound like they're going to be coming until at least next year. But once again, we still have like the raid boss and UVH6 coming next month. Now we get into our patch notes. I actually haven't read through these yet, so we're going to be kind of live reacting. Today's we're delivering on some key request improvements, smarter loot drops, and a new legendary loot indicator for your radar. These are alongside major improvements, visual polish, and stability updates. Beyond today's update, the team is hard at work.
Well, I guess that answers my question. No, the crashes were never fixed.
Highly requested quality of life features. Working on photo mode is wrapping up. Awesome. While other updates like support for multiple active big encore machines, awesome. And more options for scaling difficulty are coming. We'll talk more about these closer to their launch. Further into the future, we're looking at ways to improve shared character progression and additional endgame focus activities. Did someone say takedowns, launch cross-save support, and more? Now that we're post-launch, we want to break down how we'll deliver updates to you. We have two main kinds. Minor updates will take care of any smaller, more pressing issues outside of the planned update schedule, primarily balance changes if needed. They also refresh the weekly activities, and then major updates deliver large-scale changes, including new content, more sweeping balance adjustments, performance, and other things. This is going to be a like major update on the November 20th. They're also dropping Bounty Pack 1. This is going to be the new mission that you can engage with. And also, it's going to give you a vault card. If you don't know what a vault card is, it's basically like a vault, a battle pass that never goes away or never expires. You'll have daily and weekly challenges, and just by killing enemies, you can earn XP for it. And then you can redeem whatever you want from the vault card. It's not like you have to like work through a battle pass where it's like level 1, level 2, level 3. If you want to get the pistol, you can just get the pistol. And you can get it as many times as you want. So notable changes, we wanted to pull these out specifically as they've been heavily mentioned in the community. Updated weekly wildcard missions to set additional start points in missions. Hallelujah. I'm imagining this is going to allow you to skip the starting dialogue that most missions have. Really silly that endgame missions had like long stretches of dialogue. That's great.
I'm not even surprised.
This feature will allow future weekly wildcard missions to jump straight to the meat of a mission. Thank goodness. Class mods have been adjusted to drop more for your current character. Thank goodness. That's great. Converted the phosphine weapon challenge from character-based to profile-wide progression. Hallelujah. This long-term grind is aimed at our most dedicated community members who invest the most time into the game. Still, we agree that completing this collection is more of a reflection of your dedication to the game and not to a specific Vault Hunter. This is the first example of allowing more progression to be shared between all characters on your account. Updated the loot feed to display total current currency after spending or receiving money. Reduced the likelihood of unintended movements or knockbacks while reviving a teammate. And they added a new legendary loot indicator to the combat radar for easier indication of high rarity drops. They had a note about them adding this prior, but it didn't work. So now hopefully it's working.
Oh no! They actually they pulled the Bethesda. They updated the game, said we added this, but it wasn't actually in the game or it didn't work. Oh, jeez, Randy's pulling Bethesda's now.
Should be able to see loot on your combat radar. So gameplay and mission progression updates, they addressed an issue that could cause the loss of SDU tokens or specialization points. Thank goodness I've heard some horror stories about people losing their specialization points from this. They resolved an interaction where players could not repurchase a boss encounter after all party members were defeated and respawn.
Okay, do we actually care about this? This is just all the changes. I guess that's the point of it, but wow. Oh man, Borderlands 4 actually is gonna... It is. Do we even... Are we gonna get Borderlands 5 at this point? We must, right? Someone's gonna approach Randy and say, "Hey Randy, what's up? Heard your life's not going well, buckaroony. How about you? How about we give you a little bit money? Surprise, surprise, it's 10 cent." No, it's not gonna be 10 cent. Technically, well, Gearbox was from EA. EA almost free. I don't. I have never actually checked this. If EA in some way owns Gearbox, but the way that EA treats Gearbox and the way that Gearbox is always absolutely afraid to speak out against anything EA, I have a feeling that there's something going on there. I have never actually even Googled that. It's just speculation, but the amount of fear you can feel from Gearbox when the conversation is about EA almost makes me feel like EA owns them, and if EA does own them, or there's some kind of deal going on that we don't know about, well, congratulations, now the Saudis own you. So there's definitely gonna be a Borderlands 5, but I mean, Randy's not going to be happy, okay? And we're going to get a little bit more of that funny stuff, probably. In any case, if you're actually playing Borderlands 5 at this point, can you just give us the rundown? Why are you doing it? Are you bored? Is this the only game that you cared about? Do you have nostalgia? Like, I'm not judging you even. It is what it is. We all play slop. What makes a man is the fact that we can admit that we do play slop and we do like to engage in slop sometimes. I do it, you do it, everyone does. But I'm interested, like, well, what's your reasoning? Because every time we play a bad game and we know that we're playing a bad game, there is some kind of reason that we have actively in our head that we know, yeah, it's bad, but I'm doing it because of this. And for everyone who's left playing Borderlands 4, I want to hear your reasoning. Like, what is it that makes you want to play the game currently? Anyway, that was... I have no idea who this dude is, actually. That was Moxie's 10 out of 10. Bye. Wait, here it is. Boop. You see? 10 out of 10. Bye.